Yeah, we are reaching you through BHF YouTube, BHF Movie on YouTube. We have dealt with various topics. I said this is a youth organization, and we spend 10, 15 minutes on a daily basis trying to give advice to the youth, to the government, on how the youth can be able to live a better life and we can be able to have a better society. It's very important for the government to know that, for people to know generally, that we must take care of our youth. Because if we have a restive youth that have food, energy, and they are not well engaged, there's a probability and the tendency that even the adult cannot sleep. Because these youths have energy, they have strength, and they have power to do a lot of things. So we must do everything possible. The whole world now is in terrible restive condition. Look at what is happening in America, for example. And we pray that we don't get to that extent because we don't have enough security agencies, enough hospital, enough this to be able to take care of the kind of crisis that is taking place in America and Western world. Now, these things are happening because in the first place, the leaders over there, they didn't take the issue of the youth serious. I mean, it's just Donald Trump right now that is trying as his best to try and see how he can put some things in order. So that's why we find out a situation where teenagers are doing all kinds of things, and most cases they get away with it. Because, they are teenagers, so they can kill, they can shoot, they can do anything. You just go and counsel them and advise them and the rest. So there's no strong deterrent. And the truth is that once people are allowed to get away with crime, there's a tendency that they will continue. When this issue with Boko Haram started, I remember during the Buhari time, it became worse because Buhari himself, maybe because the bandits, the Boko Haram, the bandits and the rest were Fulanis, and the president then was treating them with kid glove. They kill and they were protected by security agents. They do all kinds of things and say, let's leave them alone. Let's give them amnesty. They saw Agbada, they give them this, the whole party, for criminals, people who have killed. And so the more they do that, the more they were being emboldened. Nobody was called to account, nobody was punished, nobody was dealt with. And sadly enough, we are also repeating the same thing again. So if crime is not punished, adequately punished, there is a tendency that criminal activities will take place. First and foremost, I want to say we sympathize with the Arise family and also the family of Somi that was killed, the Arise correspondent that was killed when armed robbers came to a house in Metema, very close to Metema Sule. She jumped and the rest. It's quite sad. It's quite sad because according to the report, they called the police. The police took time to respond. That tells you the kind of security agencies we're having right now in the country. They managed to take her to the hospital and the rest. The hospital refused to treat her. They're playing politics with somebody who is at the point of death. And at the end of the day, the Arise correspondent, she died. She was born in 1995. She's just 30 years old, and it's very sad. And funny enough, I read a tweet which she sent, a post which she sent to her Instagram page, and she said she prays for herself, her family and friends that Nigeria should not happen to them all. Because we are living in a country where there's no much concern about the youths, about anybody. The government are interested in themselves. Each time the big man is sick, he travels to London for treatment. And he leaves the poor man to remain in the hospital in Nigeria where there's no drug, to remain with inefficiency. That's what we're having. Tell you they are going on working leave, meanwhile they are going for treatment. You see, we have a leadership that want to make you throw up. And this is a death that would have been avoided if we had a country where things work, that young lady would not have died. She was one time, she's a beauty queen. I think she represented Nigeria I think she even won in Miss Tourism in India or some of these countries. So that young person just died on Sunday. Due to armed robbery attack. And that's the Nigeria we are living in. The police failed her, the hospital failed her. So the ordinary man in the streets is not safe. Because the big men know that they have enough money to take care of themselves, they have enough money to travel abroad for treatment, they get security agents, some of them even have police cars parked in front of their house. So we're not having a system that is working. We're not having a government system that is working. The government is just using the resources of the states to take care of themselves. And so the ordinary man on the street is just left to God because there's no help from the system. The system does not help. It's painful, it's sad, it's shameful that we have a system like this, that we have a country like this. And this, you begin to ask yourself, which kind of country is this? It's sad. It's quite unfortunate. I sympathize with her, and I want to say we on BHF Media crew, we want to sympathize with her, we sympathize with the family, and also with Arise TV. Arise family, which she belongs to. I watch some of her. She has hopes. She has administration. She has hopes. She has aspiration. I listened to one of her speech, which she gave some time ago, saying that she's very intelligent. She wants to be a politician. She wants to work towards humanity and to see how she can be able to make a better life for people. She had great hope, but the Nigerian system failed her, completely failed her. That's the Nigerian system. I don't know who brought that law, but I think that system can be abolished. The most important thing first is the treatment of the person before any other thing. If we are talking about proper identification, that's how she just died. I'm sorry, and like I said, I apologize with Arise, I apologize with the family of Mercy Oma Chukwu also that just died on Sunday. It's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate. The nation gripped with her aspirations, her dreams have been cut short. The only mistake she made is to be born into a country that don't care, where the leaders are only interested in themselves. When I'm talking about leaders, because we seem to put everything in the doorstep of the president, the governors. No, the doctors, you are a doctor, you are a leader. You're a father, you're a leader. You're a nurse, you're a leader. The issue of life should be paramount in the medical profession. I don't know the kind of people they bring into the medical professions. They seem not to be like humans. These are people that put money first before life. And I think a law should be enacted where such hospitals should be sanctioned. We're expecting a thorough investigation, and after the investigation, I expect the police to be sanctioned, the hospitals to be sanctioned. Because no normal country will have hospitals like this or security agents like this. We saw what happened in other countries. Once it happened in 2 minutes, security agents are already there. But in Nigeria, there are reports of people calling, and nothing happens. Because they're not interested. We saw the girl again, the lawyer that finished, she has finished serving. Beautiful young girl, she has finished school. She went to law school, graduated from law school, she has finished serving. She is now called to bar. The next day she was going back, probably to Edo State where she comes from. And she was kidnapped in Kogi State. A young girl that just graduated, just called to bar, she was kidnapped in Kogi State. Now the kidnappers are asking for 40 million before they will release her and her younger sister. And how can we come? Which kind of country is this? Yes, we know there are a lot of suffering. People are going through pain. People are going through hunger because of the government policy of trying to say they want to reform. I don't know. You don't just come on the first day and you announce this is this. Now the entire money that they have realized from removal of subsidy, where is it? When they removed the subsidy, I was thinking that the world will change. I was thinking Nigeria will turn to America immediately. Now the subsidy has been removed. Nothing has changed. The security situation is getting worse. The security situation is getting absolutely worse. Students now they can't travel, they are not free because of the crime that is taking place, criminal activities. And what is the government doing about it? I read somewhere in the social media some time ago where the leaders of these Sahel states are saying they are going to name the politicians that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I remember back at that time, there was a time the UAE, they sent down the names of those politicians who are sponsoring banditry and Boko Haram. They sent them to the late president then. What did he do about it? He did nothing. Because the son is not among the kidnappers, he is not kidnapped. The children were not kidnapped. So he did nothing. Till today, we don't even know the names that UAE sends. We can't run a system like that. If we cannot be one Nigeria, if we know we cannot be one, then let's think of what to do. And the issue at stake now has nothing to do with tribe. People are punished. The Christians are suffering, the Muslims are suffering. At that time, we saw how bandits went into a mosque and killed them. How can you go to a mosque, a place of worship, and kill people there? It makes you wonder. That's what they do to the church. They go to the church, they kill people. What actions have been taken? Decisive actions have been taken. And even the ones that are arrested, they are playing politics with the arrests. So we don't even know what they've done about it. The government must begin to make it very clear that there are consequences for actions. For every wrong action, there are consequences. And the people that are suffering are basically the youth. They are the ones being kidnapped. They are the ones being harassed. Okay, imagine for one family, you can kidnap two girls. One that is just graduated, you are asking them for 40 million. Where would they get the 40 million from? So the government should pay a lot of attention on insecurity. You cannot be in a country where you are not even safe. We are talking about insecurity. We are talking about crime, robbery. So just this week, less than 4 days, imagine the tragedy that took place. Two serious tragedies that took place in less than 1 week. When I watched the girl on TV, I was like, these are youths. Like I said, this is a youth channel, and anything that has to do with the youth, we talk about it. The government need to do something about it. I watched it, and funny enough, she posted on her Instagram a few days ago that she prayed that for herself and her friends, her family, she also prayed that Nigeria should happen to them. Her prayer was that Nigeria should not happen to them. And she didn't know that a week later, Nigeria will happen to her. Over 14 people came into her estate, very close to Metama Sule there. They robbed. They called the police. The police were nowhere to be found. At the end of the day, she jumped on the rest, she was injured. But the security man in the estate and also some Tochukwu were the casualty. Her own case was worse because she was rushed to the hospital. He rushed to the hospital, but nothing was done about it. They are trying to get approval, get this. Is approval the main thing? Or you first treat the patient? They took her there alive. While they were trying to get approval, that was when she died. What kind of country are we living in? That's why at times we don't even blame the man that says Nigeria is like a zoo. Nigeria is like a crime scene. The kind of things that take place in Nigeria is amazing. And the leaders, we leaders don't care. The leaders don't care. Because they have private jets, they have money to take first class and travel to America or London in 6 hours. They have money to get, the doctors can even come to their houses to treat them. So they don't care about the citizens. But how long will Nigeria continue with this kind of leadership? The leadership that doesn't care about the people. It's so painful, it's so sad, it's so shameful. Today she's the one. We don't know who is next. Casualties of bad leadership. Casualties of shameful leadership. Disgraceful leadership. Leadership that have stolen money, stole all our commonwealth. And they ignore us. They can't even get a good hospital. They can't build one. The security agents are not well funded. The other day I saw a security agent right there in Kwara State that said that they cannot even go to the bush to confront the Boko Haram because they have more sophisticated weapons than the security agents. And meanwhile, this is a country that has spent millions and billions. They tell you they have spent billions on security. The issue of fighting Boko Haram is a means of the politicians making money. If you know how much have gone for ammunition for fighting Boko Haram, you'll be amazed. And yet, nothing. People are suffering. But how long will the people continue to suffer like this? How long will the Nigerians demand for justice? The other day we saw the security agents talking about how much they collect, how much they give them for food. They don't even feed them well. These are people that are fighting the Boko Haram, fighting the situation. They're not well paid. They don't feed them well. They have substandard equipment. The other day I saw a guy from Niger, it was on social media, a guy from Niger that said he supplied ammunition to the bandits. And he said how much he made per ammunition. And he says it is even the army, he didn't call army, he says the security agents that escort him to go and sell these ammunition which he gets from Niger Republic and come and sell in Nigeria to criminals to kill Nigerians. So you begin to wonder, security agents escorting him, which means some of the security agents even know these criminals. How long will Nigeria tolerate this bad leadership? The situation is getting worse because, as I said, we lead by example. Leadership by example. The next generation of leaders will do worse except we set up a standard of leadership, effective, progressive leadership. Leadership that put Nigerians first. We saw what's happening in America now, make America great again, put American first. Except we have leadership that put Nigeria first, Nigerians first. Nigerians will continue to suffer. Nigerians will continue to go through the pain of bad leadership. Like I always say, bad leadership has nothing to do with the president alone. No, it's not about the president. In all sectors where we find ourselves, as a doctor, as a doctor, engineer, as a mechanic, the area you are you leading well? Are you leading by example? Local government chairman, you senator, House of Rep. We all, it's not only the president cannot be everywhere at the same time. Was the president in the hospital? Was it the doctor that refused to treat her? No, she's not. So everything we all look at, okay, everything. No, it's not about the president, it's about our attitude. Our attitude as Nigerians must change. Our attitude as Nigerians must change. Because it's too painful, it's too shameful, it's too disgraceful. We must learn to provide effective leadership at every sector we find ourselves. The mechanic workshop, as a director, as a managing director, as a commissioner, as a businessman, how effective are you? Like the one-time president of America said, you think what you can do for America, not what America can do for you. We must have a policy where Nigeria is first. Think Nigeria first before every other thing. It's not about looting. It's bad leadership across all boards, bad leadership. The way we think is all about ourselves. It's not about the other person. We'll still continue on this issue tomorrow because it's just a 15 minutes program. Let's do everything possible to see that we provide effective services on how to make Nigerians better, how to make life easy for fellow Nigerians. We must make a change. Change is possible. Have a wonderful day.